Howdy. Thanks for joining me today near the fire. So this is a fun discussion. You gotta always remember to laugh. You always hear that, when you have a mistake in your life or something crazy happens and people will say, hey, you'll look back and laugh at it. I look back and laugh at a lot of my past and how silly I was, and I'll still be silly right now. I think I'll always be somebody to laugh at. So in this talk, I kind of want to put seriousness in one corner and fun and laughter in the other. Because it just seems like there's a middle ground. You know, you can be responsible and all that stuff and still have fun. It just seems like some people are a little too silly and not responsible at all. And then there's these people that are super serious, not silly at all, controlling, conniving, just afraid. Their fun is so programmed and expected. Like, I'm sure you've been in a situation where somebody says something like from a famous TV show, and then everybody laughs, ha 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 ha, because they've seen the TV show, they were expecting something funny to come from the conversation, and the laughter is like expected instead of like a free-flowing kind of laughter. I've been there a lot, and I don't laugh because I don't find a lot of expected laughter funny. I find it like screwed up. It's kind of like when you have a studio audience and then the sign comes up, applause, laugh, for the night show, the late night shows. I had to remind myself to laugh. That's why I'm making this video. I've told you that I'm starting my own contracting business. So I've been building my house, and I quit my job working IT at the high school. I mean, it's just, to be blunt, it's just terrible stuff goes on at the school. The people that work there are pretty terrible too. And it's just driven me to be self-sufficient and make my own business, because it's like I'm done working for people. They really don't deserve to have somebody like me working for them. Is a big reason too. You just feel like you're being used by other people in those situations. So I've struck out on my own, and I'm going to start my own contracting business. And I wasn't going to do it in the past. I just wanted to get my farm up, grow some plants, and then start a farming business with plants and my dream, But it's not the world you're living in. People's dreams are constantly taken, crushed, rearranged. So, hey, if you got part of your dream going, you're doing really well. So I just think I'm partly there. I'm getting there. I can't have my full dream realized at this moment. So I got to adjust. I got to start a new business and be a contractor, making contracts with people, one-on-one, to fix their homes, fix something. Seems pretty reasonable. But it been weighing on my mind. And just a quick example, like I told you I'm working for a guy and I fixed their roof. And now they're having me fix the seal around their garage door. And I'd be totally honest, I've never fixed a garage door seal. So I look up some videos, I go to the store, I buy the stuff, and I was there Thursday getting it all put together. And I just realized I was taking it all so serious, and I don't even think I put it on right the first time. So I'm gonna go back, and I have 2 garages to do. I only got through one of them, but I think I need to adjust stuff. But to make a long story short, I was just thinking that I had to get it perfect the first time. That I'm a contractor now, and that I told this guy, hey, I'm gonna fix your garage door seal. And then it just all makes me think that I need to already know how to do this and do it perfectly. And I don't know, I'm just a perfectionist. It weighs on me. And I don't know, it weighed on me for like days. I'm like, oh no, did I do it right? You know, how's it going to be done? Like, I was almost nervous, you know, and it's like such a simple thing. Like, I've done all these other things in my life, but I get so particular about a new thing that I haven't done. And I finally kind of snapped out of it, and it was like, dude, this is the first time you've tried this. Wow, why would you do it right the first time? How in the world how could you do that? You just don't. You have to make the mistake to learn and then be able to do it the right way. So I just was like, oh my God, I got way ahead of myself. I was trying to be serious and perfect and thinking that I knew something I'd never learned, you know. So I just had to laugh at myself and be like, dude, what do you think? You're just supposed to, I know how to do everything when I show up here. And you can see it's kind of the society that you live in, and people are afraid to make mistakes, so it's sort of, it gets psychically driven into everybody that a mistake is a bad thing. Okay, it's not like it's a stepping stone to doing the right thing. It's like, whoa, I won't even take the step because I might mess up. You know, I just see that in so many people. They'd rather work for somebody else. They'd rather follow orders instead of striking out on their own and making a mistake and then having to make amends for the mistake. That's all you have to do when you make a mistake. Make amends for it. And I think that little mistakes, like you have to make little mistakes to get anywhere. And those little mistakes are going to allow you to make something great and beautiful one day. So you must go out and make all these little mistakes all over the place. Or you'll never be able to create something beautiful. You'll be too shy, too afraid of what might happen. And it was happening to me. It's been driven into me to not act because I might make a mistake. I might hurt myself. There's always a mind spell, curse to cast onto somebody to be like, to sit there and be paralyzed and don't move, don't do it. You might make a mistake. And I mean, I think a big reason that's driven into us is they don't want you to create something new, do something better. Like, you realize we're still using technology from like 100 years ago. We haven't really improved or created something new. We're just rehashing older things with a new label, a new brand on them. The society is a joke. That's why I'm making this video, because it must be laughed at. It's so ridiculous when you look around and people claim that they're progressing into something, or that, like, being confused about men and women, like, is a man a woman, is a woman a man, like, that is some sort of progress being made in humans, is being confused about simple stuff. You know, it's hilarious. And you can talk to people and they will defend the silliness. They will take the silliness seriously. Like, they don't realize they're just being played. There's just a big joke. Like, If I can convince you that you think you're a man, but you can be a woman. Like, if I can convince you of that, like, you're not even solid enough to say, like, I'm a man, I was born with a dingus. Like, there's no argument about that. But if you are so weak and open to suggestion that somebody can tell you that you might be a woman, think about all the other things they can get you to do. If they can get you to flip your gender, I mean, and I just find it all very funny. So I have to laugh at it. A lot of times in the winter, I get in this conspiracy mode, and I want to like push myself into a dark, unknown area because I got some time. And hey, we're just sitting inside by the fire or up at our computers, reading, whatever. We're not really outside as much. So I try to, when I'm in the dead of winter, I go into like the darkest thoughts I can. I don't know. It's become a thing. And this year, it just kind of was like, I don't know why that was hitting me. Like, I need to be so responsible in my business and do everything perfect. Instead of just doing my best. And then if I mess up, I'll do better. It's all that perspective. And it's just the last couple days, I finally was like, duh, dude, you're not perfect. You don't have all the answers and all of the construction skills yet. You'll get there. And it's just, gotta laugh at yourself at how serious you take yourself. It's not. It's like we're in a dream realm. We're all dreamers, and we're basically living in a cartoon. We're like in a shared cartoon together. This ain't the real me. I'm formless. Okay, I could be anything. This is just the character I am right now. It's not the best I'll ever be. It's not the worst I'll ever be. It's just what I am at this moment in time, in eternity. Doing what I can with it. But man, you gotta have fun with it. I just think there's no reason to lose the laughter and the child inside you. Nobody knows why we're here, what we're doing. It's an independent thing. Each of us has to come up with our own purpose, our own ideas. And there's plenty of people that want to scare you and make you be serious, and they just want to use you in their big joke, in their big sham, in their big scam. It's very silly. It's not honor. It's not building anything better. Remember to laugh. I watch this show, Kill Tony, on Mondays. It's like they have comedians on it, and then they have just random people from the audience sign up, and they get to come up and do like a minute of comedy, and it's just anybody off the street can come in, and it's just every week I watch it, and I mean, it's a pretty raunchy, perverted show. It's like listening to Howard Stern on steroids sometimes. But it's where the world's at right now, in a very silly, perverted state. And you could, be prude and say, oh, I can't hear all the bad things and it's going to hurt me, it's going to harm me. Or you could just laugh at it and listen. And man, what a joke these people are living. I don't know. I didn't know that people ate each other's asses out until I started watching Kill Tony. Because he always He always gets people up on stage and asks them about their sex lives. Because it's like, that's the most interesting and the craziest stuff going on with people right now. You never know what you're going to hear from somebody out in the wild, because I'm a reserved guy. Like, I don't really go out and party and do all that stuff. Like, I hang out in my cabin. I got like a solo dolo life. I got a few people I see here and there, but I'm like an eagle. Like, I soar alone, and I'm just looking around, observing, and I'm like, what? People eat each other's asses now? It's like they got so tired of just regular sex that they eat ass. And it's disgusting. It's gross. It's wrong. But it's hilarious. I remember hearing that and laughing so hard about it. Like, man. And I'm like happy that I don't go out and have sex with a bunch of people. Then I'd be bored with it and I'd be eating somebody's ass, right? Like, oh, it's just so silly what we become here. What we can become. It's... So then, I talk about the Kill Tony crowd. It's a podcast on YouTube. Like, check it out. It's hilarious. If you can stomach it, So there's always, like, that funny, jokey, like, people they're going a little too far with the jokes and that. And they're, like, living, like, a joke life. Like, just debauchery, just all the just getting drunk every night, getting high every night, and just talking about just nonstop, over the top, craziness. And it's like, I get that. Like, that looks like a fun life, but that's way out of balance. So you got like those people having a little too much laughter to where there's no balance. They're probably just being used. Because I actually look at Kill Tony, Stephen Colbert. Like, I look at a lot of comedians and comedy as they're just CIA operations, because they're always planting America or some stupid idea in there, and they don't even know. I don't even know if the comedians understand it. They just know that this is what people want to hear. This is how money is made. So a lot of comedy is propaganda. I mean, you should realize that. But you can still laugh at it. Just don't let it influence you, okay? Because they're trying to use comedy to influence people into all sorts of stupid stuff. And then you have the people that will not watch a comedy show. It's just, oh, he said the bad thing. That's too much. And like, they censor themselves. Like, they're the kind of people that believe in it, misinformation and the censorship war that's going on, and how they're telling you not to listen. That's forbidden words, forbidden thoughts. So you have this extreme of people who will not even listen or think or act or do anything different. It's forbidden. It's bad. And then you got these other people that are they're just all the way like this group of people that doesn't, that things are forbidden and censored. They could never imagine the fun that all these people have, So I just like to be somewhere in the middle. Because I don't want to be too perverted and gross and all that. But man, I am not a square. To me, I'm more on this side of like, this is all a big joke we're living in. Especially this age of mind slavery. Like, what a joke. It could be anything happening here. But people have decided to be serious. And to be a tech slave and to serve people, to build things. It's just, I don't know what y'all doing, what y'all thinking, but I'm here for the fun of it. So I gotta make fun of all this serious, stupid stuff going on. It's just not beneficial. Always got to remember to laugh at it. And I'll leave you with one quick thing. My neighbor came down the other day, and I have just been like the past 2 weeks, the holy days, you know, I've just been hanging out here, not doing much, playing video games, relaxing, and not paying attention to the news and all that stupid stuff. Just in my own world, my own fun zone that I make. And my neighbor comes by, he comes in and he sits down. He's like, "Did you hear about the terror attack?" Just like, dude, no, I haven't heard about the terror attack. And I don't know, he just kind of explained like somebody took a truck in New Orleans and ran some people over. Like, yeah, a big surprise, right? Like, but to me, it's just like, I'm not going to get sad because he was like sad about it. Like, it was like a big sad ordeal that a terror attack happened. And I'm just like, I didn't even hear about it. I don't even know these people, right? Like, to me, it's like play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like, you're gonna go out and celebrate the satanic New Year. You know, you're not gonna wait till springtime when the New Year actually arrives. You're gonna fall for the propaganda and the worldly spells that have been cast. I mean, when you're in their system, you follow their calendar, you could be killed at any moment because you're under their spell. You're like under their dominion. So I don't know. Like, I'm not sad that a bunch of people got ran over. I feel like you're not paying attention. Like, you go to these big celebrations for the holy days of this satanic country. There's a lot of bad things that could happen, and they've been set up. Like, you don't understand how things have been set up for bad things to happen if you go out there and participate with them in the rituals. So, I don't know. I find it all very silly. And I just like to laugh at it. I laugh at the darkness. It's just the best way to defeat it, in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed this talk. You know, find something to laugh at, okay? Just don't get sad, don't get mad. Forget being mad, because anger makes you mad, makes you crazy, and then you do stuff you shouldn't do. Go the entire other way. With me, if I get angry at all, it's just another log in the fire of my spirit fire I have inside. It's just another log. I'm not going to get frazzled and be possessed by the madness or the sadness. I listen to this guy, Jay Dreamers, and he talks about people being plasma possessed. And I just feel like that's what's going on here. People let emotions possess them and take them into another world. They don't realize the world of sadness is your own creation. And I'm sure you've been there. I've been there when I get mad, I'm angry, and something is just, it won't change. I'm so pissed about it. And it's almost like I let like a steam pipe buzzle, just get up, and I can't hear anything. I just get so angry and so subdued, and it's like you're out of control of yourself when you get so mad and angry. I haven't been there in a long, long time. I remember, though, I would get that way thinking about all the terrible stuff that goes on. And now I know, like, I was creating that whole scenario instead of realizing what I am, what this place is, and how silly all of this actually is. It's always better to laugh at these things. Make a joke out of the things that trigger you. Like, if you got something out there that triggers you, make a joke about it. Laugh about it next time you see it. That is how you conquer things. Laughter. Okay, you don't conquer stuff by destroying it. You can't. There are other spirits here that are going to continue to be corrupt. They're going to carry all the corruptions with them. They will not give it up. They will not let it go. So you need to let it go. Let them go, in a way, because that's the only way they're going to learn. But, laughter's the best medicine. It's definitely been the cure in my life. It's always laughter. So I just had to remind everybody, remind myself, remember to laugh. All right. I love you all. Enjoy.